Hey, how's it going? With new Pokemon Snap's release, I'd say it's quite important to talk about how good or how bad the game is, as it is much different from the latest main series Pokemon games. And on top of that, it's made by another developer besides Game Freak. In this video, I'll be reviewing Pokemon Snap to give you an idea of how the game is like and what you can expect. So first, we can start with gameplay. It's taken me about 15 hours to get through this game, and this game may be short, but I'm still gonna go back and keep playing. Now, the game is definitely a little shorter than the base Sword and Shield games, however, I'd say it makes up for that in replay value, and is just more fun to begin with. Now, Pokemon Snap features over 200 Pokemon, which, if you had problems with the Pokemon in Sword and Shield, I do believe that is going to be a theme in the next upcoming Pokemon games, so I don't think it's that big of a problem. However, I'd say Pokemon Snap has a good selection with Pokemon from all generations, and I'm pretty happy about that. Now, speaking of Pokemon, I was quite surprised on how much you could interact with the Pokemon. Like, let's say you throw an apple. That apple can either scare the Pokemon, or the Pokemon will run up, eat it, and smile, and then you can catch a photo of them. Your best pictures will be stored in this place called the Photodex. This is sort of like the Pokédex from Sword and Shield and other main series Pokemon games. However, in this, you need to take pictures to register them. I'd say this is the best game to complete a Pokédex because it's so much easier compared to just finding a Pokemon, getting that random encounter, and hey, there's only 200 Pokemon, so it doesn't take as long. When you're done taking your pictures, you'll receive points and stars depending on how good or how bad your pictures are. I'd say most of the time, the pictures end up fine with their rating and fairly accurate, but occasionally, they tend to be a little bit weird sometimes. Here, I'll give an example. Scorbunny, right? This is a really nice picture, I'd say. 1 star. A bit disappointing by the review, but it's okay. This picture... What the heck is this? 4 stars! Finally, when you're done taking all your pictures, you can go back to the same areas at different times. This will allow you to take pictures of Pokemon you haven't seen before. I'd say that's enough to say about the gameplay without spoiling everything, so next we're gonna move on to the characters. Now, Pokemon Snap has 4 characters, and they aren't that important since you're mostly around Pokemon, taking pictures of Pokemon. This time around, for the first time in a Pokemon game, they have full voice acting, most of the time. Now, you can choose which language you want, such as English or Japanese, or you can just not have any voices at all, and you can change these in the option menus at any time. And that's about everything I need to say about the characters. There's nothing else I have to say about them. So next, we'll talk story. So when I first got this game, I did not think there'd be any story whatsoever. And after playing Pokemon Snap to the end, there definitely was a story. Now, Pokemon Snap takes place in the Lental region, and the Lental region is a region made up of several islands. This is the map that was teased to us, and I think it was amazing when the map just zoomed out and we could see everything. This map is huge, it's much bigger than I thought. So to compare the story to Sword and Shield's, I'd say Sword and Shield's story was great starting off, but then it kind of fell apart. It just felt like there was something missing. This game, it doesn't start off as strong, but it definitely wraps up in a nice way, and it puts all the puzzle pieces together. In my opinion, all video games should be designed to be replayable, and Pokemon Snap is no exception. I mean, it is really fun going back through levels and discovering something new. In most Pokemon games, I normally find myself wanting to do a game reset where I restart from the beginning, from scratch. Pokemon Snap for the Switch is a game that I don't think you'd need to do that ever. I think just keep going and try to get the highest score possible is really fun. But there's even more, it's not just that. What I mean by this is that over time, you can take different paths and you'll be able to see a new side of things, just from different angles, and it's really cool, because most of the time you're just going in a straight line, and it's really nice to take a turn once in a while. The only problem with this is that it's a little bit limited, and there's not a lot. I really wish they did a bit more. Now we have side quests. Now, side quests are really fun in this game. It's always fun in video games, just in general, to take a break from your main quest and go do something different. In Pokemon Snap, how side quests work is that there's this little menu option, and you click it, you open up, and there's a bunch of little side quest missions there that you have to then complete by taking the picture of what they're asking. The only downside about this is that they are really specific, and it's a little bit weird to get it perfect how they want it. Anyway, that's it for side quests. Even though they're not the greatest, I'd say they definitely help with replayability. Next we have controls. Now, controls as well as how to get around in the game, kind of the feel. Now, most of the time, this first-person rail shooter controls pretty great, I'd say, and during the most important times. Now, the only time I don't think it controls too great is when you need to select where to go. In Pokemon Snap, they use a cursor, which it's slow, you can't change the speed, and it sucks. Why did they decide this? This is not 2008, we don't need to reminisce on the Wii controls. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Our final topic is graphics. Now, graphics aren't the most important thing in a video game, of course. I'd say the game's purpose is more important. But your game that looks like this, you'd rather it not look like this, right? I always love myself some 144p. Now, I could talk graphics forever. Pokemon Snap's graphics are amazing. They're incredible. I was very impressed. It can be quite laggy at some times, but the Switch manages to do it. Here, I'll give you a little sound test. Yeah, I'd say this is the loudest I've ever heard the Switch, and trust me, it gets worse in docked mode. Also, to add to that, I'd say the game doesn't have any glitches. I haven't found any, and it runs pretty well, even with the loud fan. And most Pokemon games don't have any game-breaking glitches. Most of them. To kind of end off with the graphics, I'd like to say that the Pokemon animations and models are incredible. The Pokemon look alive, they are thriving. When I was first thinking of getting Pokemon Snap, I didn't think it would be fun. I just thought, it's taking pictures, it can't be that fun. And I was definitely wrong. Pokemon games these days have been going downhill. However, this is definitely a very solid Pokemon experience. And hey, if you pre-order the game, you get a magnet. What do you expect me to do with this?